The second thing that's familiar is that in the story of David, when David committed adultery with Bathsheba, then tried to cover it up, when that didn't work, it resulted in David creating a situation in which Bathsheba's husband at the time, Uriah, would have ended up losing his life. David created a situation where he told his army to retreat while Uriah was ahead of them or in front of the army. He told his army to retreat in order that Uriah may be overwhelmed and eventually killed. So the initial cover-up was he asked Uriah to go back to his wife, because I think he wanted him to have normal relations with his wife, so he would think that the child that Bathsheba was going to bear was his. So Uriah would think that was his child. But Uriah did not go to his wife because he didn't want to, from my understanding, change his mindset, because he knew that there's a war going on and he has to have his mind focused on that there for the armies of Israel. So this whole situation happens. And then God sends a prophet, the prophet Nathan, to speak to David and say, David, what have you done? You've overextended your authority and you went against God's laws. Uriah's blood and your adultery with Bathsheba. The consequence of David's actions was the assault on his daughter and the warring between his sons and eventual death of his sons from war. That was the consequence of David's adultery and the murder from that adultery. And I'm seeing some similarities. Adultery, the assault on certain members of family. I'm not saying that's the cause. I'm just saying there are some similarities, direct, indirect, implied, unimplied. I don't know. I'm just saying there are some similarities. There are some possibilities here that I'm recognizing. But the good thing that is coming from this, from what I can see, is that Jonathan and Susie's character are being on display and are being tested in front of the world. And their strength of character is being proved to the world, which means that God has a plan for them. God is proving their character in public for the next chapter of their lives.